Hello, everybody. My name is Jaden Bybee, and I did my PowerPoint presentation on refugees. They have been my vulnerable population for this semester. So just some common health concerns and a definition about what a refugee is. A refugee is a person who lives in a different country than their nationality. Refugees are forced out of their country of origin due to certain beliefs, race, cultural practices, or sometimes war. When arriving in a new country, refugees often have a hard time finding stable income, which can cause a trickle down effect of difficulty affording healthy food, difficulty affording safe housing, limited options for healthcare services, and difficulty obtaining and paying for transportation, whether that be a car or public transportation. Another health concern, just another issue is just adapting to a new culture and a new language. Refugees often live in tighter living quarters, which can cause increased risk for respiratory infections, poorer hygiene. And because they're living in those tighter quarters, they often spread sickness easier. Mental health is also a challenge for refugees. Depression, anxiety, and PTSD are common mental health challenges they face. So, how does the media portray refugees? In general, I would say the media has mixed messages. Um, Oftentimes, when the media describes refugee movements, they describe them with words using words like crisis, which can give uh, a negative stigma or a negative tone to refugees. But in general, social media has been a positive platform for refugee help with positive messages, videos, and hashtags to promote helping refugees. We've been able to see that with a lot of positive messages regarding Ukrainian refugees today. So, family support. Oftentimes, families are separated when they are coming to a new country, when they're fleeing their own. And because of that separation, they need they need additional support because they may not have someone they can rely on or someone they can ask questions to. And so it's super important that if refugees are separated from families, that they receive that help and know where to get it. Most of the time, refugee families strive to reunite, but in some cases, family members are either left behind in their country of origin or are in a whole nother country altogether. Role of peers is super important. So there's some programs that have refugee mentors. So refugees who've experienced adapting to a new culture can act as mentors to help refugees, newer refugees, adapt to their new lives. And programs like that have been able to uh, show that mentors and new refugees benefit from peer support. As far as cyclical nature goes, refugees um, don't necessarily pass things down from generation to generation, but there is a trickle down effect because refugees often flee from hostile environments. They suffer mental health challenges like PTSD, depression, and anxiety. And because of that, they experience higher levels of domestic violence and things like that are going on in the home can have effects on family members who are not directly involved. And those effects can just shape people's lives, and that can trickle down generations that way. But in general, it's not hereditary or anything. Cultural environment, so legal and political system. So policy directly um, affects refugees. So the United States in 2020 only settled 11,800 refugees, which is an all-time low. But the current presidential administration has pledged to revamp the refugee placement here in the United States with policies. And a big reason why in 2020 it was an all-time low was simply due to COVID. There was more restrictions. So depending on who is in the presidential office, definitely directly affects how refugees are seen and how many can be placed here in the United States. Um, because refugees can come from all over the world, refugees from different parts of the world um, face unique cultural adjustments. A refugee coming from Canada to the United States would experience different challenges compared to someone who is seeking refuge coming from the Middle East to the United States. Just two different ball games. But in general, finding a stable career is one of the biggest challenges for refugees. Just adapting to a new culture. Also, just adapting to new healthcare systems and dealing with stigmas that people may have about them. So the international scope in 2020, 26.4 million refugees were displaced worldwide. I talked about how right now there is a huge need to help Ukrainian refugees seek refuge, both here in the United States and in Europe. Ukrainians are trying to find a new home. War and government brutality often is the reason why refugees need to flee and find a new place to live. There's a wide variation of socioeconomic status among refugees. And the reason being is refugees come from all over and they come from different backgrounds, different education levels, and different lengths in exile from their families, which can all cause different socioeconomic statuses. So higher education generally means higher income, which helps refugees adapt to new life easier. One of the big things is being able to afford transportation, whether that be buying a car or being able to afford to take the bus around a city. As far as race and ethnicity goes, xenophobia, which essentially is just disliking someone from another country, is an issue that all refugees face. Xenophobia can cause refugees to be negatively affected in the workplace. They may not get hired, or they may not be promoted, or not be compensated appropriately, which can cause issues in refugees' normal day in their daily living. Xenophobia can also cause refugees not to receive the necessary help that they need. Religion. Religion can play a role in how refugees are accepted into the societies that they seek asylum. Here in the United States, an example of this is after 9/11, Muslim refugees have experienced xenophobia and hostility here in the United States. Increased violent crimes towards Muslim immigrants in the United States since 9/11. Negative stigma and violence can cause both physical and mental health challenges for refugees. Gender. As far as gender goes for refugees, women are faced with the most challenges seeking a new life. Multiple systemic and individual barriers create difficulties for refugee women to receive sexual and reproductive health care. Refugee women are more likely to experience domestic violence than refugee men. And often refugee minors that are female often struggle with anxiety, depression, and PTSD more often than men. Geographical location is important. Geographical location. Refugees have access to refugees having access to transportation is essential to help them attend healthcare checkups and necessary hospitalization. So refugees who are living in rural communities may face greater challenges attending healthcare appointments or attending work simply because they don't have a mode of transportation if public transportation is not available to them. Telehealth could help refugees attend appointments more regularly, make appointments easier to attend if they have kids, more affordable, no need to pay for transportation, whether that be buying a car or paying for public transportation, and just overall help with preventative care. Um, so as far as the implicit bias goes, refugees from Syria were found to have a negative implicit bias towards them here in the United States. Religion and race differences cause implicit bias towards refugees. As far as explicit goes, debates regarding refugee policy and politics cause people to have both positive and negative biases towards refugees. And then here are my references. Thank you for watching or listening.